What's up? All right, today I think is going to be a little bit different. Hopefully it'll work because I've got this mostly full project here that I've been working on. And I'm messed around with that color-based stuff. So I've made kind of a bit of a mess here. Um, but it does sound cool at times and not cool at other times. And I couldn't find any tutorials on the internet about like how to. There's a lot of tutorials about how to make color base, but there are no tutorials as far as I can tell about like how do you write this stuff, this like wow wow all that stuff. It really seems difficult. It's because there are so many things going on at once, and I'm not trying to make that tutorial because I certainly don't know how to do it. I'm just going to try to do it today on camera because I've got this mess and maybe we can clean it up a little bit. So hopefully some of that will be useful in some way. Anyway, I'll just play you guys the build up and what I currently have for the first drop for now. So you've heard part of this before because I was working on it on stream. But anyway, here we go.
Lost my heart and I don't know how. They say everybody runs from something. They say no one ever sees it coming. I just want you to know I don't wanna go back to life without you. I'm sorry, so something they say. No one ever sees it coming.
All right, so that's what I got so far. And if we, let's see. So these are made up of a few different things, and I feel like maybe I should just actually bounce this to a new track just to hear what's going on. So if I go like this, bounce this one to a new track. Yeah, okay, so this is what it sounds like by itself, which I can't do by soloing because of all the sidechain stuff, but like this one is this. So that's cool. And this one here is the main part. So I'll bounce this to a new track. Oh, but I can't have that soloed or else it will be muted. Bounce this one. Oops. Hello. What up, chat? This one is the main bass, and this sounds like this. And so the way that those are made is, that one sounds way better, doesn't it? It's basically I'm just switching on and off these different methods that I read of making color base. This is AU5's. I don't know, he says that this thing has less phase shift than a regular vocoder because you shift it up using this, and then you process it, and then you shift it back down. But I've never been able to get the shifting that he implemented to work well at all. So I don't know. It works really well in his video, but it doesn't work on this. And some of this is off. Not much really going on here. And this is actually the second bounce. So this would be the first bounce was, the first version had a lot of processing on it too already. Anyway, so if we listen to those together, I think we hopefully will get a sense of what is not working. And maybe we can cut those parts or change them in the original from what it sounds like solo. with the sub, it sounds like this. I think the main thing that I really don't like is this. Is it this? This guy right here. Wait. Yeah, so that outside of the context, it doesn't it seems fine, but if you put it in context, I think this will sound right. Yeah, so that sounds better than it did before when it says this guy right here is not, it says the wrong pitch. And it's also just at a weird, awkward time. Everything about it sounds weird. So without that, and that one too. Actually, this one wasn't as bad. It was the second. This guy right here. Oop. This one doesn't work. Actually, neither of them really work. So that, I don't like that, and I don't like that. So and this. I like that, but it's a little bit too noisy. But maybe that could be fixed in post-processing. Although I feel like I should fix it now. So that is a combination of the vocoder 1.2. That's the FFT vocoder, this guy. The first half is the FFT vocoder. And the second half is the spectral color, the AU5 thing. So let's see if we get rid of spectral color. It's not. It's just, yeah, the spectral color is just very loud. So what if I take the original one? I'm sorry if this is boring. It's just what I got to work on right now. And it's probably, maybe it's just too much here. Yeah, that's where it's too much. We'll say 6. Okay, so let's delete this bounce that we made. Oh wait, I still need that. Damn it. Okay, we're just gonna turn it off, and we're listening just to that part. And we'll leave this top one, put this back on. See if it sounds a little better. Yeah, it's just still really noisy. I don't know why it's so noisy. I mean, maybe it's just built into the original thing, like here at this part. It might just be that the whole thing is too saturated before having that processing applied to it. Like, I don't think so, though. Maybe it's still too no drive on there. Output at 6. Oh wait, that's not that one that I'm hearing. So that one, it sounds a little better there. But if I look at, say, the FFT vocoder, the output is really high. Oh, well, that's why. It's because the dry and the wet are on at the same time. That would do it. So here's the dry channel. I should probably rename these drya. Which is where? This one here. Wait, oh, because it's on the whole time? Oh, geez. So that should be off. Should be more like this. Yeah, so this is not the way I would recommend that somebody else do this. It's just the way I'm learning to do it. But I definitely should not have put all of these on one track. And the sensible thing to do might be to apply each of these, bounce the whole thing out, and then crossfade between them. But I think that what I just did is probably going to make a big difference. So let's see if that works better. Wait, but not soloed. Yeah, so the ones that aren't working are the hybrid reverbs. And that's because the hybrid reverb this is just a this is this. I took the audio. This is another trick from that AU5 thing. I think it's that doesn't tell me. 20. Oh, yeah, it's that one. Okay, so it's this file right here, which is just some pad, I think. And that's just a Serum preset with some chords that are vaguely like the chords for this part that I bounced. And then you drag that into, not my tip, this is AU5's technique. You drag that into here, into here, into the hybrid reverb, which is, a convolution, a convolver. So you set it to 100%, just the IR, so that's all the way to the left on the blend knob. Then you drag your thing in there and you adjust the decay. Like, so if I left the decay up, then it would sound crazy town. I think. Yeah, it's just. But if you put the decay down, it's a bit more reasonable. Anyway, so instead, these two I think are not working. So I'm going to turn those off, or I won't turn them off yet. I'm going to add a new chain. And I think I'm going to try the spectral resonator. Spectral audio effects. Here. MIDI input from, and we're going to take the MIDI input from this one, I think. Not mono. And then let's just hear what that sounds like. Okay, and so this is where we had it working before. So we should try to make the big crazy stuff happen during the parts where we were using hybrid reverb, since we're probably not going to use hybrid reverb now. And we'll just see what those sound like if we swap the hybrid reverb moments for the spectral resonator moments. So here, here, and here, and we'll just turn those off. Because I actually kind of like the first one, so maybe we'll leave that one off and leave this one on. Oops. All right, so let's try that. Pretty cool. I think that works way better. Wow, that makes me so happy. I love hearing that. So, I mean, that's cool. It still doesn't, like, still not doing, it's not like super organized and like the parts aren't really talking to each other. And I wonder if that's just because the drums don't react to it at all, or if that's a combination of a lot of things. Like, I just play like a little tiny bit of a track that I was sort of listening to and kind of inspired by during this thing is this guy, which is not anything like what I'm making, but it just has a very consistent and controlled bass and interesting stuff going on. It's just really nice. Like boom, 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 boom. It's very, everything is in there at the right time. So I don't know if it's like if I get to this point in making a color based thing, is it just that I'm not good at it because I haven't done it, or is it that I need to like now bounce this again and sort of play the samples in a certain order? I don't know, but it's not. Oh, I see. So I think that shift was a little bit too far down. So let's go grab that shift thing and yeah, maybe this, because it's on, oh, it's only on there. No, so that's this next one. That's this guy. Wait a minute. It is. That's, yeah, no, that's it. Right. All right. I got a high pass and a low pass. It's hard to keep track of which is which. So during this section, it's not really working. And that's the vocoder FFT. I think it's just because it's very rhythmic. So what if we switch that to spectral color for these first two, and then we go back to the spectral resonator, and then we let spectral color come back here. So it's like, yeah, but change the shift. So it's like, maybe just like, if we make these like actual real numbers. Like, minus 12. That's 24. And maybe it should be minus 24 for multiple moments. That could work. Also, there's this stretch one, which could be interesting too, if we do both of those at the same time. So oh wait, this is the spectral resonator is not on at that point. So if I take this back, like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just mean like, how do you write these quickly? Is it possible? I mean, somebody, I guess you have like a just like chopping samples or something. Eventually, maybe you get like a sense of how it's supposed to be done, and you could just look at the waveform and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. It would be neat if it went blah 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 there, and that will do the. So it's probably just a matter of practice, but. I mean, I think it's better if you don't go all out. All right. Maybe that's better than what we had. I don't know.
Without you by my side.
So I could sort of tell at the end here, in most songs, it would go like. It would like do some up thing, and maybe I should just do that with like a pitch shifter after all this, so I don't have to make it more complicated. Or I could try, like, what if I turn the spectral resonator on for this part, get rid of this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and then I just have this go, you know, like this, and this go like this.
Without you by my side. Without you by my side.
Sounds best during this part, so I'll take the plus 12 and the 25, and I'll bring those all the way. Oh, come on. I don't want. Yeah, thank you.
Without you by my side. Without you by my side.
Cool, and then maybe a pitch shifter there. Or. Just do it in here. Probably not smart. Because I'll forget that I did this and be like, why is it always shifting up there?
Without you by my side. Without you by my side.
Yeah. I guess maybe this is just a time-consuming thing. I mean, it's just like writing a chord progression or anything else. If you want it to be good, it takes a while. Well, time to wake up. Probably not after any of those things. Like here would be good.
Without you by my side.
Maybe I should put it before.
Without you by my side. Without you by my side. Without you by my side.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. And then I guess like maybe even in another step of this process, I can export all this stuff to audio and mix it, and then probably do further post processing there to make it sound more mixed and good. But that's cool. It's a good step in the right direction, I think. And this guy, let's listen to this guy for a second. That's a little bit too much right there. Ow. So what is that? That is probably this one. So spectral color, same thing as on the other track. Spectral color, the output of that is kind of high, and I think the output of this is too high. So I'll take this down to 6.
Without you by my side. Without you by my side.
So let's bounce this to a new track and listen to it again. Excuse me. I don't really think that works. So the that's a vocoder. No. Oh. I did something weird on this one. Yeah, I guess that vocoder had the dry. I was using the dry wet. So that's the vocoder off. The vocoder is on, and the dry wet is all the way off. So there's no processing there. So that kind of makes sense. And here there's nothing. Which is maybe by design, although I don't think so, because the auto filter should be doing all the like muting and unmuting. I guess I didn't put anything here because it shouldn't matter, because at this point the filter is closed. I'm sort of lost now. I'm not sure where.
Without you by my side.
Well, I don't know. All right, let's just listen to it from the start. Yeah. So that's coming along. Kind of almost feel ready to bounce it to stems and mix it, but at the same time, I kind of want to get the drops to be right first. I don't know if it's just like, does it need to be more? Maybe the drums need to just respond to it more, like so. Here, this could be instead of so much is dependent on the kick and snare being broken out. So I could just like maybe mute these guys here. Do like a fill. They're all slow. Our fills in here. That's cool. So throw that guy here. It's so quiet. The whole fill needs to go into kick and snare. Seems weird, but it doesn't seem to be like. It's kind of cool. Oh. Too fast. And this one's not warped. That's why it sounds terrible. Okay. So, Aha. Like that. That just needs to be a little louder. I like that. All right, cool. We want any of this in there? Yeah. I like that too. Cool. Yeah, that's good. And then maybe we do it again. No. Maybe. Do it here. No. Here. Doesn't sound as exciting to hear it twice in a row exactly the same. Okay, so let's undo that and then I'm gonna spend so much time on this. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys like watching. Wait, maybe there's something in the sample pack that we made. That would be cool. Where is it? Here it is. Any fills in here? Fills. Yeah. Hmm. What? Stretched. No. This is how I end up with 100 tracks in a project. Cool. Let's do the same thing. Quite the same thing. But we could do it ridiculously fast. That's probably the speed it's actually at. This is gonna sound terrible. Not terrible, but interesting. That could work. Need like a little hat thing there with the like hat. Not those. There we go. Just be this. Can't be that. Dang. Could be that. Nothing there. Nope.
Without you by my side.
It's too interrupty. All right. Actually, whoops. What the? When does that happen? Why does it happen to me?
Without you by my side.
Oops. Huh.
Nothing
That's probably a good place to stop. I just want to hear what that little thing I did at the end to see if it feels less abrupt when the kick and snare go away. Oh, yeah.
Without you by my side.
This doesn't go all the way up. Um, or something like that. That's fine.